Perfect.
I won. You won. Okay. Oh, what?
Although that should have been the monkey's intro.
I've lost.
But when I got the house, I showed him what it looks like.
Good afternoon and welcome to Battle High School Performing Arts Center. I am Jacob Cerna, an assistant principal here at Battle. On behalf of the cast, crew, and creative team led by Jazz Rucker, Director of Vocal Arts, we are delighted you are here. Please send your positive thoughts to Noah Vesser, who was in an accident yesterday. He is doing well. We'd like to welcome Brian Tate, Professor of Music Appreciation, to the drum set in Noah's absence. Thank you, Mr. Tate. Producing a musical production is one of the highest forms of collaborative fine art work. Almost every corner of the fine arts curriculum is needed. An instrumental ensemble, theatrical arts, vocal arts, visual arts, and technical theater, not to mention the enrichment of costumes, dance, sound, and light design. It takes all of these forces pulling together to make the show's creative team, and that does not even involve students yet. For each minute you see on the stage, there is an hour of behind-the-scenes and/or rehearsal work accounted for. For approximately 90-minute production that we have logged, for our approximately 90-minute production, we have logged over 90 hours of rehearsal and work time. Multiply that by our cast and crew, creative team of around 50, and you have an overwhelming 4,500 hours spent on this one event. Therefore, we invite you not to like or dislike what is being presented, but to search for artistic expression, interpretation, and personal connection. Leave our House of Education with something. This afternoon's performance of Little Shop of Horrors is the premier stage production in this beautiful space. This comedy, horror, rock musical is focused around a young florist shop worker who raises a plant that feeds on flesh and blood. Soon, Audrey, too, grows into an ill-tempered R&B singing carnivore who offers him fame and fortune in exchange for feeding its growing appetite. Will Seymour choose money or morals? And finally, if you have a cell phone or any other electronic device, please turn them off now. Photography, video recording, and small pets are not permitted. If you have small children who become restless, we ask that you please take them out into the hall so as not to disrupt today's performance. Thanks again for being a part of this Battle High Vocal Arts performance of Little Shop of Horrors. On the 23rd day of the month of September, in an early year of a decade not too long before our own, the human race suddenly encountered a deadly threat to its very existence. And this terrifying enemy surfaced, as such enemies often do, in the seemingly most innocent and unlikely of places.
Did you break now, Crowborn? Nothing, Mr. Mushnick. Born of Boskin, Aaron Tech, and mess them up! So, she finally decides to come to work.
Good morning, Mr. Mushnick.
What morning? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Not that we had a customer. Huh. Who has customers when you run a flower shop on Skid Row?
I'm sorry.
Seymour! What is going on down there? Very little, Mr. Mushnick. Audrey, you better go back there and see what he's... Audrey, where'd you get that shiner?
China?
Audrey, that greasy boyfriend of yours. He's been beating up on you again? Look, I know it's none of my business, but I'm beginning to think maybe he's not such a nice boy.
You don't need nice boys on Skid Row, Mr. Mushnick.
I got these plans you bought it for you, Mr. Oh, Seymour! Look what you've done to the inventory!
Seymour, Mr. Mushnick.
Hi, Audrey. You look radiant today. Is that new eye makeup?
I'll clean up for any of the customers get here.
Well, that ought to give you plenty of time. Look! God, what an existence I got here! I have no money and no plans. If I have no plans, I'm never going to get any customers! Misfit employees, bums on the sidewalk, business is lousy. My life is a living hell! You urchins off the stoop. It ain't bad enough I got the winos permanently decorating the storefront. I need 3 worthless ragamuffins to complete the picture.
Oh, we ain't about to nobody, are we, Crystal? No, we're not, Ronette.
You ought to be in school.
We're on the split shift. Right. We went to school to the 5th grade, then we split.
So how do you intend to better yourselves?
Better ourselves, mister? When you live on Skid Row, ain't no such thing. Alarm goes off and mean?
You can't mean what? What don't I mean? I mean I'm closed. Forget it. Kaput.
You can't!
Kaput. Extinct. I'm closing this god and customer-forsaken place. Mr. Mushnick, forgive me for saying so, but has it ever occurred to you that maybe what the firm needs is to move in a new direction?
What Steve was trying to say, Mr. Mushnick, is that, well, we've talked about it and we both agreed. See, well, why don't you run in the back and get that strange and interesting plant we've been talking about? You see, Mr. Mushnick, some of those exotic plants you've always been tinkering around with, well, we were both thinking that maybe if we put some in the window, we would attract business.
I'm afraid it isn't feeling very well today.
There, now, isn't that bizarre?
At least. What kind of weirdo plant is that, Seymour? I don't know. It looks like some kind of fly trap, but I haven't been able to identify it in any of my books. So I gave it my own name. I call it an Audrey, too.
After me?
I hope you don't mind. You see, sir, if we put a strange and interesting plant like this here in the window, well then maybe... Maybe what? Do you know how ridiculous you sound? Just because you put a strange and interesting plant in the window, people don't come in and look at it.
I could not help but notice that strange and interesting plant in the window. What is it?
It's an Audrey, too!
I've never seen anything like it before.
No one has.
Where did you get it?
Well, you remember that total eclipse of the sun a couple weeks back? I was walking through the wholesale flower district that day. When it passed this place, this old Chinese man, he sometimes sells me weird exotic cuttings. Because he noticed strange plants are my hobby. I didn't see him, or you were there that day. And I was about to, walk on by. When suddenly, and without warning, there was this. It got very dark, and then I heard a strange humming sound, like something from another world. And when the light came back, this weird plant was just sitting there. Just stuck in, spontaneous. I could have sworn I hadn't seen her before. The old Chinese man sold it to me anyway. For $1.95.
Well, that is a very unusual story and a very interesting plant. While I'm here, I might as well buy $50 worth of roses.
$50!
$50?
Yes, ma'am, right away, ma'am.
Do you have change for 100?
100? No, I'm afraid we close the register for the day.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to buy twice as many.
Twice as many!
Twice as many!
$100 worth! Yes, ma'am, right away, ma'am. Audrey, my darling, kindly fetch this lady $100 worth of our very finest red American beauty roses.
Thank you, dear. Yes, sir, that is one strange and interesting plant.
Whoa! Well, don't just stand there. Quick! Put that plant, what do you call it? An Audrey, too. Put that Audrey, too, in the window so passersby can see. My God, I never have believed it. My children, I'm taking us all out to dinner.
I'd love to, Mr. Mushnick. Oh, but I have a date.
With the same no good Nick, I'm telling you, Audrey, you don't need a date with him. You need major medical. He ain't a good, clean kind of boy.
He's a professional.
What kind of professional drives a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?
He's a rebel, Mr. Mushnick, but he makes good money. And besides, he's the only fella I've got. Good night, Seymour. Enjoy dinner.
Good night. Poor girl. Are we still going to dinner? You're not going anywhere, Crowborn. You're staying right here and taking care of the sick plant. How come it's fainting all the time? I told you, it's been giving me trouble. It just wilts like this. Audrey, too, is not a healthy girl. Strictly between us.
Neither is Audrey Wood.
If only I knew what breed it was, what genus, but it's nowhere in my books.
Well, Crowborn, my advice to you is, you better figure it out. And fast! Look what this exotic little beauty did for business!
I know.
So work, Seymour. Nurse that plant back to health. I'm counting on you.
I know.
You do?
I do.
So fix. Good night.
Ah, Tui, I just don't know what else to do for you. Mr. Mushnick and Audrey, they just make you. And this is crazy. But I've been going through this with you for weeks. Grow and wilt, spurt and flop. Are you a sickly little plant or just plain stubborn? What is it you want? What is it you need? I've given you sunshine. I've given you dirt. You've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly. I'm down on my knees. Now please, grow for me. I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash. You've given me sip. Oh God, how I missed you. Oh God, how you tease. Now please, grow for me. I've given you southern exposure to get your stride. I pitch you back hard, like a Kuta, you're barely alive. I tried to get levels of moisture from desert to mud. I've given you girl like the mineral supplements. What do you want from me, blood? Ouch! Damn roses, damn thorns, a clumsy bee. Hey Dewey, look what I did. Hey, you opened up. I wonder what made you do that. Roll over. Play dead. Fetch. I think I know what made you do that. Well, I guess a few drops couldn't hurt, as long as you don't make a habit out of it or anything. I've given you sunlight. I've given you rain. Looks like you're not happy. Let's open up bed. I'll give you a few drops, if that'll appease. Now please, oh please, grow for me.
Thus we conclude our interview with Seymour Crowborn, the young botanical. Do you mind if I call you a genius?
Gosh, no.
The genius who developed a new breed of plant life hitherto unknown on this planet, the Audrey II. Oh, just one last question, Mr. Crowborn. Do you feed anything special?
Special? No, I mean, it's a secret formula, but it's not hard to come by.
I see. Well, thanks for dropping by.
I'd like to remind our listeners that the Audrey 2 is on display exclusively at Mushnick Skid Row Florists.
Well, thank you. This is radio station
The
WFMU.
address! The address! Mention it! Oh well, it's still great advertising. I can't believe it. It could be happening. Pinch me, girls. Whoa! Could be happening. All of this sudden success coming out of the blue. I put a sign up right in the front window. An advertisement right in the front window. Stop in and see the amazing new plant Audrey II. And the really remarkable things that people they do. Seymour, that twerp of a klutz, finally did something right. Audrey II drives him nuts. What a blessing this wonderful plant should exist and should rake in the box for me hand over fist.
Well, how'd I do?
It was great, Seymour. You sounded sexier than the wolf man.
But you didn't mention the address of the shop. How many times have I told you?
I forgot. I was nervous. Where's Audrey? She said she'd be here.
Forget about Audrey. I've got 3 more radio interviews lined up for tomorrow, and the Skid Row Herald Examiner wants a picture.
A picture? Like,
I had a mother. She'd be so happy.
You're an overnight sensation, Seymour. Who the believe? One day he pushed a broom, nothing in his news but gloom and doom. Then he lit a sure did.
Seymour's first radio broadcast. I wanted to be here to cheer him on. I tried to be on time, but...
Don't tell me. You got tired of...
No, just handcuffed. A little.
Girl, I don't know who this message you're hanging out with, but he is hazardous to your health.
That's for sure, but I can't leave him.
Why not?
Well, he'd get angry. If he does this to me when he likes me, imagine what he'd do if he ever got mad.
So, dump the trunk, get another guy, and let him protect you.
And we got one all picked out.
A little botanical genius.
And she ain't talking about George Washington Carver.
Seymour?
Bingo!
Oh, but we're just friends. I could never be Seymour's girl. I've got a past.
And who amongst us has not?
I don't even deserve the sweet, considerate, suddenly successful guy like Seymour.
This child suffers from low self-image.
You have a point. She have a problem.
I know Seymour's the greatest, but I'm dating a semi-sadist. So I've got a black eye in my arms and a cast. Still, that Seymour's a cutie. Well, if not, he's got inner beauty, and I dream of a place where we can be together at last.
What kind of place is that, honey?
A mental hospital? No, it's just a little daydream of mine. A little development I dream of. Just off the interstate. Not fancy like Levittown. Just